Okay, so it's a pretty interesting time in the world right now.
And for a lot of couples, even just roommates or families that are together right now, it can be really stressful.
Really?
Really amazing. Really? Also, so much, there's levels. To be totally honest, the whole concept of social distancing and self-quarantining, the basic concepts are pretty easy for us because that's what we're doing a lot of the time anyway. I think I just spit on the camera. I don't know if it's on the lens.
Maybe that, should we try and air it off?
Yeah, we know cameras.
Yeah, we're super homebody, party in the house kind of people.
Party over there. Whoop, whoop. But no matter how much you love your person or your people, being stuck inside all day, every day, for the foreseeable future,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So today we're gonna give you 3 tips how to not just survive this crazy time together, but to thrive and actually grow closer.
This thing is obviously life-changing in the short term and in the long term. And while none of us can control what's gonna happen in the long term, we can't control what happens in the short term. So let's get into it.
Wait. First, we wanted to say a quick thank you to all of our subscribers and a special thank you to you personally for checking out A Part of Love.
We want to hear from you, so comment below and let us know what you want to see on the channel in the future.
And check us out on Instagram at colt.and.ange. I just learned how to slide through the DM is what it is. Send us your thoughts, send us some of your ideas. We want to hear from you.
Okay, we good?
We good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, bro.
A long time ago, we had things called normal lives. And in those normal lives, we had things called jobs.
What are you talking about? I leave you alone for 2 seconds. We're just saying you gotta create a schedule.
That's what I meant. You gotta create a schedule. So this first step is the most important one for me because I tend to function better with some structure, which if you know me, is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, you do like structure.
I really do.
So our first step to thriving in this crazy time is to create a schedule.
Because there's only like so much Netflix and chill you can do all day.
Okay, so that apparently is a term. Like, I thought it just meant like hang on the couch and like snuggle up. Do you know that's a sexual term? No, if your kids are saying that.
Don't say that, kids. Shameless plug here. We have a whole video that I'm gonna link right here because she doesn't know any of these terms.
Yeah, your old Auntie Ange is learning everything over here. But I thought that was funny. I didn't know that. Either way. Moving on. Daily routine is so important, right? We have to try and normalize this time because it's not normal.
Whoa, Miss Lippy. You telling me I gotta do work?
I'm just saying create a schedule because it helps clear your brain and it helps you feel like time is not just passing by, right? Okay. And what's on your schedule is totally your business. Work, play, whatever. What is that Robert De Niro face?
The Grinch had a schedule. Wallow in self-pity, stare into the abyss, solve world hunger, tell no one, jazzercise, dinner with me, I can't cancel that again. And as an only child, I can attest to this whole like lots of alone time thing. I used to go crazy being in the house alone. Mom! What? I'm bored. Go outside. It's raining. All right, well, go watch TV. I don't want to. Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. Ugh. I should just play this whole thing back and forth with me sitting back and forth. So by creating some sort of mental schedule and routine, you give yourself a break from having this huge break.
So we're gonna tell you exactly what's on our schedules at the end of the video. But first, we gotta go to step 2, bro.
Carve out time alone, or alone time. Do time and alone, carve it out, put it together, go. We've talked a lot about alone time on this channel because it is so necessary. We actually have a video about it. Boop. Right there.
And as ironic as it sounds, sometimes the best thing for a relationship is to take time alone.
And for a lot of couples, this time, this self-quarantine, proves exactly how important alone time actually is.
Now, don't jump to conclusions. Stop laughing.
You can't make me laugh.
Oh my gosh. Don't jump to conclusions. Get nervous that there's something suddenly wrong with your relationship just because you're more annoyed or agitated spending all of this time together.
I'm losing it, bro.
That is totally normal.
And that is exactly why the second most important thing that we talk about is carve out time alone.
Maybe this means you take yourself or your dogs out for a walk separately.
Maybe you go for a run, or one of you just goes into the bedroom and the other one is in the living room, and you get your separate time.
Maybe you take a bath alone.
Maybe you take a bath together. I'm just saying, like that one.
Maybe you can join later.
Get the suds going, ring the bell, I bring the drinks, and then we take a bath together.
It's not just about your time, right? It's about your space. But before we get into that, we got to get into something really important when it comes to the personal space issue. So some of us are self-quarantining in the country or suburbia where there's multiple levels and rooms, a yard and a garage.
She said a yard.
A yard.
But across the world, the epicenters of this pandemic are mostly in major cities. And in America, the hardest hit one is actually our first home together, New York City.
Which means less space and more apartments.
Like studio apartments.
Yes, which means less space. So we gotta get creative.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'll tell you what you're gonna do. Get out of here. You get out of here. I need to
go?
talk to them.
Okay.
We need alone time.
Okay.
So for us, there's this special part of the day where I really need to take my own space, and it's called Colt's workout. So Colt needs to work out every day. Otherwise, he's like super fidgety and like can't sit still. And I'm like, go work out. That said, when we first got together, we lived in a studio apartment in New York City, and the only place he could work out was the living room, which was the bedroom, which was in the kitchen, was connected to the bathroom. So convenient because I could stir the macaroni from the toilets. But you see what I'm saying? We were in very tight quarters. So during that time, I take Missy for a walk. And yes, Missy and Maya get separate walks because they need their alone time too. So whether it's taking a walk alone or reading the book in your tub, which might be the only place that you can get away, take that time for yourself and your heart because we all need it. You can come back now. I missed you, bro.
Whatever. You kicked me out.
Step 3, carve out time together.
Carve.
Isn't that more like chop?
Chop out time together. Step 3, do-over.
Chop out time together.
So you got your schedule, you got your alone time in there, and now you need to make time just for each other, like just to be together.
So when the day is wrapping up from work time or alone time or whatever time, now it's us time, and it's our favorite time.
It really is. Truth be told, step 3 in quarantine is not very different from step 3 in regular life for us. This is usually how it goes. We pick a time to call it quits.
We turn on some Frank,
We make the martinis, or we open a bottle of wine.
and then BAM!
Party time, bro!
Okay, so my favorite thing that Colt does every night is this special cheers. I know, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
You are amazing at capturing the day, just reminding us all of the good that's come to us that day. So he always starts together time with this toast.
Yeah.
And you always wrap it up by saying, to another beautiful day, one day at a time.
Salud. This is honestly our favorite part of every day, and it's why we work so hard, so that we can play so hard.
And whether we're making dinner together and sharing a bottle of wine, or doing face masks and plucking each other's eyebrows, our kids are gonna have good eyebrows.
Our kids are gonna have so much eyebrow hair. This is the time that matters most in your relationship, so cherish it.
And make the most of it, especially while we all have a little more time.
Okay, last thing. We promised you a look at our daily schedule and the small variations, but day to day, this is pretty much what we do. So get ready. It's coming at you hot and fast. Boom.
So for us, it's basically wake up.
Ange walks Maya in the morning.
Because of Colt's old ankles. And it's my alone time with Maya. When I'm out, Colt gets the food ready for the girls and he makes the coffee.
And then I usually start writing or editing pretty immediately. Ange comes back and she does social media and then starts working on the website, which is coming soon.
Coming soon!
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And then we take a break midday and we do some hang time with the girls, which usually turns into snack time, game time.
Sometimes we do partner yoga, which is mostly just us doing Supermans.
Fucking breakdancer over here.
And then we'll talk to family. Most days Colt will go out for a run.
Get our heads back in the game and dive into work stuff until like 7 or 8.
And then I started doing this thing where I listen to my Audible books in the shower, which Love that.
And then, what?
Oh, God.
I thought you were dancing with me. Nope.
That was a weird dance, babe.
Whatever.
I love you.
Whatever. We turn on the tunes, we make dinner, open a bottle of wine, we have the martinis. Start with Frank.
Or Dino.
Or Dino. It's usually Dino, honestly.
Yeah, truly.
And we talk about our day, which even though we were mostly together, we had separate spaces. So we actually have stuff to talk about, which was the whole point of alone time in the first place. Bring something back. All of this, making a schedule, carving out time to be alone, chopping out time to be together. It's all so important because this time, though it's really uncertain and scary, it's part of love. Make sure you tag that subscribe button down on the bottom. It should be right around here and also underneath in the doobly-doo thing.
The doobly-doo.
And click the little bell icon because that's the only way to get notified of every video so you never miss out on another part of love. Okay, we good?
We good.
Let's do it.